Go on.
My parents separated when I was really little, before I was even born. It was a sort of a one night sort of thing. Oh, except it was in the day, in a meadow, where my mother went to watch my father pass by every day. Anyway, I always knew who he was, and I mean, I saw him pass by every day. Of course, I mean, who doesn't? But I never knew him. He wasn't really around. I mean, not around.
Where better might we find a more precise illustration of the dangers of premature initiation than in this ancient of alternating parental indulgence and neglect?
I went to an expensive school, and there were a lot of boys there who were, sons of the rich and famous. And one day we're on the playground, and this one kid, the Faithus, he goes to me. So Phaeton, blah, blah, blah. Who's your father? What does he do? Blah, blah, blah. So I tell him, my father's the son. And he says to me, tell me another. And I say, he's the son. He's the Phoebus Apollo. And he just basically trampled me. Just like basically beat the shit out of me like I was lying.
Neither his own opinion of himself, nor the regard for him, or lack of it in his peers, obviates the father's primitive role as initiating priest for the younger being. Now it cannot be contested that the absence of this figure is, for the son, an almost irredeemable loss.
So I go home and I say, Mom, this happened, at school. And she gets all upset, crying and everything, because she still loves him and it's an insult to her as well. And I'm like, well, if it's true, how come there's no proof of it? It's unfair to us, if there's no proof. And she gets more upset and she says, hear me, my child. In all his glory, your father looks down upon us. By his splendor, I swear that you are his truly begotten son. That fiery orb you see crossing the sky each day, whose heat enlivens and enables the world and orders our days and nights, is indeed your sire. Oh, believe me, my darling. Blah, blah, blah.
When he matures beyond the customary Edom of the mother breast, the child seeks to individuate beyond its enfolding gate and turns to the new symbols of the parental realm, thus beginning his spiritual passage from one sphere to the next.
So she tells me to go over to the valley where my dad goes to work every morning and just to ask him to set things straight, to, do right by me. So I set out, and it's hot and dusty, and it's a long way across Ethiopia. And I hitch part of the time, and sometimes I walk, and I finally, I get there. And the hill is steep. To every article, I boarded the king's ship. Now on the waist, on the deck, the beacon, every cabin, I flamed. Amazement. Sometime I'll divide and burn in many places. On the topmast, the yards, and bowsprit would I flame distinctly, then meet and join. Jove's lightnings, the precursors of the dreadful thunderclaps, more momentary and sight outrunning, were not. The fire and cracks of sulphurous roaring, the most mighty Neptune seemed to besiege and make his bold waves tremble, yea, his dread trident shake. Not a soul but felt a fever of the mad and played some tricks of desperation. All but mariners plunged in the foaming brine and quit the vessel. then all the fire with me. The king's son, Ferdinand, with hair upstaring, then like reeds, not hair, was the first man that leapt, cried, hell is empty, and all the devils are here.